the whole plan, just to remind people, why don't I focus on it, is to take this docking hub, aim the camera there, this docking hub up to an asteroid that I have in orbit about the moon. And to do that, I brought up a crew of 6 here. We have Jebediah, Bill, John. These are actually our actual crew, because we also have along 3 tourists, Fred, Brett, I struggle with their names, Diggin. I like Diggin. I'm going to have to Aster, because I do have a contract to bring 3 tourists up to an asteroid, so might as well be fulfilling that contract. Look at the payout from that. It's over 1 million Kerb bucks, so I can't complain from that. So at the end of last week, we brought them up in our space plane here, the Dart 2, and they're going to be taking this craft here, the NERV 1. They're all in there right now, by the way, and I took the time in between the 2 streams to fuel this all up in the reserve, so we're pretty much ready to go. We just have to connect this to this and head out to the moon. So before we do all that, let's just reset our camera again. Where are we? Because I'm trying to get in the habit, let's turn everything off, of, where's the moon? Of trying to do avoidance maneuvers right. So when we head out towards the moon, we're going to be heading off, our burn's going to be around here-ish. We're going to head off in this direction. So let's time warp until we are away, on the other side of that. So I'm going to just time warp this around, center this on here, because you should do the avoidance maneuver half an orbit ahead. That's always the plan. And I'll actually go a little further than that. That'll do. Or a little closer than that. Okay, let's get this done. So first thing is we're going to undock this. So finding the right docking port. Undock. I am on there. Okay. We'll back away a little bit, and as well as always I have the reaction wheels, which I never attach to an action group, that are hiding in here somewhere. Maybe this small inline reaction wheels. There we go. And we got to enable those. Excellent. Okay, so they're all ready to go. We should have 6 Kerbals in here. Let's make sure we didn't forget anybody. So, yep. Oh, I can go up to 5 that way. I didn't even know that. There we go. So they're all ready to go, and they should also be completely stocked up with supplies. They are. Okay, that is good. Now we're going to go back to our station. We're going to undock our docking hub, which is this one. Undock. Undock. There we go. Again, we're going to turn on those reaction wheels. It's always good to turn them off. Oh, yep. And that gets on. RCS. Back away. Oh, that's going forward for some reason. Let's control from here. It's controlling from control from here. Actually, I don't know which way is forward on this little tug now that I think about it. Okay, and we got to dock these 2 things together, so that's pretty easy. We're going to set that docking port as a target, and I'm simply going to point at it. I think that's the easiest thing to do. I don't have any... Did I just toggle off the reaction wheels? No. Oh, I have my SAS off, and I have all my keys in the wrong spot. Turn the RCS off. There we go. It's all good. I'm just going to point it at it here. Again, my SAS is off. There we are. Okay. And then we will take this one, aim it here, set as a target. It's always easy when you have 2 things that are very maneuverable to simply just, oh, this Jeb even can target the target here. He has the capability as a level 3 pilot. So we can actually get him just to hold that. And in fact, this is the lighter, whoops, that's the station. This is the lighter of the 2 vehicles, so this will be the easier one to manipulate. But now you can just point them straight at each other. Charge! There we are. And hopefully, just thinking about this, hopefully, I never did work out. Let's get these aiming right. This thing has a ton of delta V. It should be able to take this. I never worked out how much mass this is and whether this... It should have enough delta V. You can't work out everything. Sometimes you have to just do some things by the seat of your pants a little bit. So hopefully once we dock these two together, it won't be too much. Boink. There we go. So there's our little configuration. We're going to control from here now, just to make sure. Control from here. There we are. Yeah, we're pointing away from the planet. That's all right. And let's just get a little bit away from the station. Don't like how close we are. All right, how much delta V we got? 1433. That's enough. That's easy enough to get all this done, I think. Ooh, I'm really close on this. Just retract. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Duck! Okay, there we go. Yes, I think this thing's a little heavier than it looks. Maybe it does look really heavy. I don't know. Okay. But now what we can do is we're going to point this in a retrograde direction and do our avoidance maneuver. We're about half an orbit ahead of when we're going to make our injection burn out to the moon. And that's the right time to do an avoidance maneuver. You always make the avoidance maneuver in the opposite direction in which you're going to burn. So when we go out to the moon, we're obviously going to burn prograde. I can open up this These radiators, by the way, I think are completely unnecessary. But I got them on there anyway. And you just got to use a little bit of RCS, push up your apoapsis, or bring down your apoapsis just a little bit. That's all it takes. And then as we speed up, we'll end up ahead of the station so that when we're on the other side of the orbit, we'll be able to make our burn out to the moon without worrying about hitting the station. That's the whole idea. Okay, so adding maneuver. There is a little bit of fuel at the asteroid we're heading towards, so I might be able to fuel up there again. Alright, here we go. Focus on the moon here. Why it's not letting me focus on the moon for whatever. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I don't know why, but it's not letting me focus on the moon. It's not letting me shift. Go back. I was hitting tab and I wasn't even... Okay, let's try from here. Oh, that's because I was selecting the planet, maybe? There we go. I was focused on Kerbin. Okay. Now I gotta be a little careful. Let's find our asteroid here. I got a lot of junk in orbit about the moon. Oh, I think that is our asteroid. Yep. This is what we're aiming for here, the ARM-1. Now the thing to notice is that it is in this inclined but retrograde orbit, so I do have to be on the other side of the moon. So we'll just use our... Move the... Oh, that's as far as that's going to go, it looks like. Yep. Gotta do a little bit of prograde. And all I'm aiming for right now push this out as far as it can go, and then we'll bring it retrograde to save as much as we can on this burn. That's about that. So we want the periapsis just to be underneath that orbit. Yeah, that's close enough. We'll have to make a little bit of a correction, but I am going the right way, right? We're coming around this way, and that's the way the asteroid is going. So that's all good. Okay, that burn's coming up in 11 minutes and 40 seconds. So we will activate this engine. And yeah, we're ready. We're ready to roll. Ready to rock. Okay, let's just do this. A 4-minute and 37-second burn. Yeah, this thing doesn't have the greatest of thrust-to-weight ratios to begin with. And I hope our station's going to end up in the right spot here. I thought I had this all worked out. Yep, we're dipping below it now. Might be okay, and Jeb can lock right onto the maneuver node. That's great. Oh, it is sluggish. Does this feel like it's moving backwards? Oh, I selected an upside down. Yep. Oh, so that... Okay, I know what I did wrong. And... Oh, shoot. Where's the... Command? Control from here. I selected an upside down capsule. So I actually did my avoidance maneuver in the wrong direction. I think it's all going to work anyway. Or maybe I don't know. I had an upside down capsule, so we were actually about to burn in the wrong direction. Now we're burning in the right direction. Alright. We're getting there. That looks better. Alright. Okay, 10 seconds to the burn. Hello from Indonesia, welcome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go. You can tell what time is. We got a little bit of a lag because of all the parts that are on the screen right now. Where's the station? But we're going to say goodbye to the station. That will help. Okay, we are off. We're off, heading towards the moon. Tell you, it's great having a level 3 pilot like Jebediah around so that you can actually just lock on these maneuver nodes. That is really handy. I guess I could also use my launch script for it, but this works too. Speaking actually of Jebediah, although, you know, he snuck himself on board this mission because actually I need him for another mission. I got this flight school contract to do some training in and around the KSC with Lieutenant Kim Kerman so she can gain some experience, but unfortunately her trainer Jebediah is on board this mission right now, so we're gonna have to get Jebediah back to the KSC. That wasn't well thought out, but that was completely on my end a bad. I also want to take this opportunity to welcome and thank my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who greatly support this channel, help keeping it going, help me keep doing this continually on a regular basis. And I want to take this opportunity to welcome aboard my most recent member, Dan D. Thank you, Dan D, for your support. It is very much appreciated. Okay, we are slowly making our way out. Let's do a little bit of time warping here. Can also talk about what else we're going to be doing this episode. Once we get this hub out there, this is meant to be the base, a foundation for a station that will eventually be attached to that asteroid. But the asteroid, as we were just seeing, is in a pretty crappy orbit. I really don't like the orbit it's in. I'd much rather it have a polar orbit. There is a vessel attached to it, the Arm 1. The Arm 1 is the vessel that brought it to its current state, but it doesn't have the fuel in order to move it into the orbit. Big plane changes like that cost a lot of fuel. And so the second part of this video is going to be to bring up a ton of fuel so that we can move that asteroid into a more appropriate orbit. And maybe we'll get Jebediah to teach a thing or two to Lieutenant Kim. But that's all going to have to be for a little later. We got to get this done first. This ship has the thrust-to-weight ratio of an elastic band. Yeah, a thrust-to-weight ratio of 0.31, which is fine. I mean, it does have this big thing that it's pushing. Once you're in orbit, you really don't need those big thrust-to-weight ratios, so, you know, it's getting the job done. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, what are we at here? About 170... 50 seconds left in the burn. We're getting there. It's getting the job done. The radiators are most certainly, I'm seeing in the chat, aren't those radiators a tad overkill? They are. I'll explain why my logic is with the radiators in just a sec, but we are closing in on this burn, so I should end of the burn, so I really should be paying attention to what I'm doing. I'd say that's pretty good. I'm more than happy with that. Let's do a little bit of a correction out here. So this is to bring our periapsis up just to be touching that orbit so we can make our capture. It's going to be a positive normal. We'll also, it's always good to kind of find the right time for this. These are that time sensitive, but I jacked up the time jump to 1,000, and all I'm looking at is where's the one that gets the most sort of positive normalness for my, yeah, around there. And I'm going to need some radial in this, yeah. You know, why don't we set this as a target? This will make this easier too. Set that as a target. So I'll need more. Whoops, lost the maneuver. Set the scale a bit. I can see my inclination is going actually the wrong way, so we are going to have to make a bit of a plane change. That's a little unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, here we go. So what I'm really looking at is this equatorial ascending node and getting it just... Move you out of the way. Let's put you up here. Just to touch the orbit. Ideally, that's right where the periapsis is, but it's not quite working that way, so that happens. A little bit inwards. That's looking pretty good. So we got ourselves a 25-degree inclination change we're going to have to make too. But, you know, that's not so bad. We'll deal when we get there. So this burn, 11 meters per second. You can change, if I mean, I could have timed my exit from Kerbin so that this is minimized, but I just couldn't be bothered. Okay, that's coming up in an hour and 37 minutes. So let's get that done. Let's just get out there. Goodbye, Kerbin. Put this on so we can watch the health. Tourists are getting a really nice tour. Okay, again, Jeb can lock right on the maneuver node. I'm being asked what mods do I use. A full list of mods is down there in the description for those people that are interested. Alrighty. Okay, and again, we'll just do this manually. And I don't have to wait for this to get to 0. It's not that time sensitive. And boom. There we go. Good enough. Okay, again, let's put this solar panel expo. Actually, I do have... I have these KOS scripts. I should use them. There's a run, align, dorsal, I think I called it. Yeah. And what this should do, in theory, is line up that the solar panel nice for me. And as it's working with that, let's do an alarm for the sphere of influence change. In 4 hours and 5 minutes. Let's see how it does. It's doing that, and then it should roll this pretty close to, there it goes. It's doing it. Nicely done. That's for the solar panel. Alright, where is the moon? Okay, we're coming for you, moon. Don't need, you know, let's keep this, oh wait, and then I can delete that now that that's done. Okay. Oops, still on here. There we go. Moon, we're coming. No science that can be done with this vessel, though. Oh, we got a coronal mass ejection on the way in a couple of minutes. That's okay. Though I was looking at my science archive. Am I in the sphere of influence already? Not yet. I was looking at the science archive that Kerbalism gives. This is the science archive, and you can go through. These are all the experiments I have available. And I have quite, with the nodes that I unlocked last week, I have quite a lot of, quite a lot more tech nodes. I'm just waiting to cross into the, or quite a lot more science that I can do. And a huge portion of it, some of it's orbital science, some of it is crude science, some of it, though, a good chunk of it is atmospheric science, a lot of new stuff there. Okay, what is going on? This alarm went really early. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Probably not paying attention. But some of it is high atmosphere, or just actually general atmospheric, some high, some low. Oh, the alarm was for the coronal mass ejection. That's what happened. There we are. Okay. And I also have quite a lot of underwater science. A lot of it is long-term science, like putting Kerbals underwater and leaving them there for a while. Obviously, it was some sort of underwater base. I gotta sort of think about how to approach that stuff, but that all looks kind of fun and pretty cool. Okay, so we are going to set up here a capture. I want to leave my Apple axis out pretty high because that will help facilitate, that will make the plane change easier. But what I'm also looking at, let's just see, I'm just looking at, okay, that's 5 hours from now. We can go a little higher maybe, one more time around. But you can see here, I'm also at the same time want this rendezvous to be pretty close. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's go with that. And we'll do a plane change out there. Yep. 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 Okay. Okay. And oh well, let's just do it, right? And I'm gonna quick save because I always get nervous ahead. This is I'm still here at full throttle. Yep, only a 27-second burn this time. Let's get to you, moon. Oh yes, you gotta enjoy the Chatterer mod. Okay, and this time we'll take control away from Jeb and simply run our maneuver executor script. I have been playing with the game volume up a little bit, and I also turned down the music volume a little bit. I find the music in KSP can get a little bit obnoxious, a little bit overpowering. But I do like the engine sounds and the Chatterer sounds. Actually, while I'm on with Chatterer, one thing I did turn off, I noticed once I started... Where's the Chatterer mod here? This one. If I went into the settings here, I turned off something. Maybe it was... There's a sort of background sounds only in IVA. There's this background sounds there. I don't know if you can hear it. It's sort of the sound of atmospheric systems and fans and things like that. I turn that off most of the time because it sounds, well, like fans. And it's kind of, you have the volume up really high, it sounds like, wow, you got a loud computer, man. But so I turn that off in Chatterer. Okay, here we go. How are we doing for Delta V? We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. Burn complete. Get rid of that. Alright, how are we doing here? So we got ourselves an encounter, fairly close, but what we need to do now is make a burn out here at our descending node. And we're going to try and do two things at the same time here. We're going to try and change our inclination, as you can see, but I'm also trying to keep our rendezvous at the same... Whoop, that went too far. What I should select here okay. Also trying to keep that rendezvous. So we're trying to do both. So bringing down inclination, and then a little bit of retrograde. Whenever you make big plane changes, you always have to end up doing retrograde to kind of fix it. Now this might be messing up my encounter. More important to get the inclination down to 0 than anything else. Oh, I went too far. Let's turn the scale of this down. Yeah, I am also... I've messed up the rendezvous. Okay, we'll just get the inclination. I shouldn't be trying to get both the inclination and the rendezvous right at the same time, because it never works out that way. What's more important is to get your inclination down, because that's the bulk of the cost, but also to keep your periapsis fairly close here. We'll be able to rejigify this rendezvous as we come around to periapsis again. Maybe a little more retrograde. That's pretty good. And what's that? That's fine. Okay. Okay. So there's our next burn, a 38 meter per second burn, just to fix the planes of all of this. So I'm gonna put this on free view camera. Let's get out there. Actually, let's get out there this way. It's a little bit of a messy rendezvous, but not too bad. But if you're gonna make plane changes, the place to make them is out far away from your parent body. The slower you're going, the cheaper normal burns and radial burns will be. Which is the opposite when it comes to prograde and retrograde burns, which work most efficiently when you're going the fastest. So if you're doing a burn that's mostly in the normal direction, be far away. If you're doing a burn that's mostly in the prograde retrograde direction, be close by. To the parent body, that is. It's a pretty view. The voices are my Kerbals, chattering away through a mod called Chatterer. I think it adds a nice ambiance. Okay, we'll watch this from here so people can really see what's going on. So making the big plane change, while at the same time keeping that periapsis close by. You'll see it move back out again. There it goes. Okay. Burn is complete. 0.2 degrees is clearly fine, but we are missing by a little bit. When we're here, the station's going to be there. So we're going to tweak this. We're going to bring this orbit down and create a situation where we'll do one more orbit, and then we'll come in and meet the station. To do that, we do a burn right here where our orbits are meeting. And we start giving that burn some retrograde. Okay, and you can see our encounter indicator going round and round. And it's nice to take off as much as you can with this. And that will reduce the speed of your encounter. So one, now can we get another one around? Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be, I think we got it. We got it, yeah. So there we go. That means we're going to have a very, not a very high encounter speed, which is nice. Okay, so we're just going to tweak this. Very slightly. As low as we can. 0.3 kilometer separation here. So we're going to come down, we're going to do this burn, we're going to do this orbit, and that will get us matching up, not with our station, with our asteroid, of course. Do another emergency quick save. I think just getting in the habit of quick saving before time warping is always a good idea. Okay, this one's a 45-second burn. Look at that. This is a much bigger burn. Still got lots of delta V. Okay, again, we're taking control away from Jebediah, running it with a computer. Yeah, so you can see I got myself a claw here at the end here to attach it to the asteroid. You can, I'm seeing the discussion happening in the chat, you can directly attach parts through the EVA construction mode to the asteroid. That does work. I found though when I did that, I played around with it a little bit, and the issue is the part often glitched into where the textures were. There isn't this one-to-one correspondence between the texture map of the asteroid and the collision map of the asteroid, or the collision mesh, and it looked funny. That was all that was about. So I went with the claw. And the claw is nice and simple. But what we'll do is we're also going to strut this tower up, basically put on some guy wire. So this will be a nice stiff platform for us once it's all done. This really shouldn't take too long. Okay, here we go. Another burn. Oh, and here now what I can do is we can take a look at our approach information on the Arm 1. This should get pretty small here. And then Bill's going to have to get out there and do some work. Also, John's going to get out there, our scientist. He's going to do an asteroid sample for us, because we have not collected an asteroid sample in high space about the moon. I do find it kind of funny that you can take the same asteroid and put it in different situations and take samples, and all of that is fresh science, even though it's the same asteroid. Alright, here we go. So now we're looking at our intersect distance here, closing down. It is at 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers, under 1. Ooh, 262 meters. Nice job. Maneuver Executor Program. I don't think I'm going to need you anymore. Let's see if we can tweak that down a little bit with some RCS. Nope, that made it worse. That made it worse. Oh my gosh, it did it perfectly. Did the burn perfect like. Okay, we are just about there. And the solar panels I think are fine. Let's just watch this go around. So we're going to have to do one more orbit, and in 58 minutes we should be running back into the station. And it's looking like we will be having a dayside docking, which is nice. I still have a lot of science I can be collecting about the moon. So that's what this station really is all about, is to give us kind of a base of operations from which for us to do all of our science. And what happened? Did I go by? No, I didn't go by. Oh my gosh. Sometimes this gets messed up. I have to really see now saying it's an hour and 9 minutes away because I'm time warping, but then I take the time warp away and it's 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Maybe it's safer to just watch from here. Yeah, you can see how they move. See, I'm time warping now, then I take the time warp off, and they come back. Very weird. Very, very weird. But we're coming very close to our station. We actually should be seeing it. Oh, we must be... Notice the stutter there. We must be in the rendering distance. There it is. Okay, let's see. Let's put this on retrograde. Only 14 meter per second encounter speed, which is super nice. Alright, Jebediah, it's all up to you now. Gotta do this. Close the distance here a little bit. Push that retrograde icon towards the target icon. You know what I didn't do? How many... Oh, there's a lot of ignitions on that engine. I gotta be careful with these vessels that I keep reusing. I've had people ask me in the chats, like, I really like... Whoops, I was moving it too far away. I really like building space stations. And part of that, you know, for me, it's just fun. But I get people asking, like, what's the practicality of building a space station as opposed to just, you know, well, not, I suppose. But to be honest, it ends up saving a lot of funds. Like, I find them great as kind of places to set up missions. Like, this vessel has been in space for quite some time. I just keep reusing it over and over and over again, and its home base is at a station. We're going to set up a station here. This vessel will be able to go back and forth between low Kerbin orbit and here. I'll build a lander on here. It'll have a fuel supply. And then I find that just, for me, it's fun, but also I find it just a much more efficient way in terms of money, maybe not in terms of time, of just getting in a lot of missions and just reusing vessels over and over again. We're about a minute away. We're not going to be staying here long, really, just to do a bit of construction, and that's going to be about it. Start knocking off quite a lot of our vol. I kind of want to slip below it, so I'm pushing this retrograde icon more into the blue than us, and then we should be slipping below our asteroid because I just did that. Might as well arm the claw, and might as well control from the claw too, now that I'm thinking about it. You can see our Arm 1, this is our vessel that got this here, which can be refueled and repurposed and sent back out to get another asteroid if I wanted to, which might happen in some future mission. I came a little bit too far below the asteroid, to be honest. Let's push it back this way a bit. I don't know why, I'm just going to come up from below. No real reason. Now I think I'm actually, again, a little close. So push just a little more this way. Okay, we can now switch to... we're going to switch to RCS mode here. We're going to target the center of mass of this, and we'll see what this is like, because I got me a feeling it won't be the center of mass of the asteroid, but the center of mass of this whole, with the ship attached to it too, and it's got a pretty heavy nuclear engine on it. So it might be going more by my eyeballs than I am by actual center of mass. Let's just go here. There we are. And we'll aim our camera up here too. That'll help. Nothing crucial. I don't know why it keeps bouncing around though. Stop doing that. We'll just aim up from the planet till we're kind of under it. And we're just going to go up. I got me a feeling the center of mass is actually more like around here rather than the center of the asteroid. But like I said, we'll more go with our eyeballs than we will anything else. This gives us a nice view of the whole lining this up thing. Hey, can I just lock this on radially out? Will I just like knock it on there like that? I'm gonna do that. That makes life easier. Okay. Let's see here. I'm using RCS. I know it's hard to tell. And I'm trying to just push it. Oh boy. Now I've lost track of what I'm doing. I can't see my RCS thrusters. Where are they? Oh, I don't have RCS on. Oh, for goodness sakes. There we go. Overshot. I was pushing RCS and I wasn't actually... Oh my gosh. This is not impressive. There we go. This way and down this way. Oh, and we're getting a lot of wobbly happening. A lot of wobbly gobblies. That's what the struts are going to be for eventually. There is a lot of docking ports on docking ports on docking ports here, so that this is a kind of a wobbly mess is not really... Oh, for goodness sakes. Let's do a quick time warp. Stop that. Okay. I need to sort of watch from here so I can see what my RCS port... Oh, you know what I can do? Roll it. There we go. That works. I know the solar panel is the... Okay, let's just go forward. Time warp. Oh, this is turning into a... All the wobbling is driving me crazy. I can't tell if I'm thrusting the wrong way or not. No, that's right. This way. Wow. Suddenly it's become a headache right at the end. Okay. Forward. Do the odd time warp to just go forward. Come on, let's just do this. Now I'm watching that prograde vector on the Ike. There we go. Of course, everything's moving around because of wobbliness and gobbliness. There we go. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Should have realized how wobbly this was going to be. We'll strut this up. We'll make it way better. But just right now, this is like a mess. A mess. How close are we? Come on. I know the time warp trick to stop the wobble is a bit of a cheat, but I'm just gonna grab. Oh! Whoa! 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 What? Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Something bad happened. Okay, okay. I got a way better idea. I don't know what just happened here. What we're gonna do is disconnect right here. We got too much happening. I don't know what happened there. We're going to just do this. Okay. This thing is autonomous. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know quite what happened there. We're just going to dock with this. This is what I should have done in the first place. Okay, I'm going to just kill this guy's velocity a bit because he's kind of went shooting off here. I'm just going to zero out that velocity. Okay, back to here. There we go. Okay. This should be better. Let's try it just with this. Sorry about that. Wow. Target, center of mass. Okay, forward. Should have done it this way in the first place. This is going to be way better. Oh, this should be on target. That's the problem. Target. Target. There we go. Okay. This is much better now. How close are we? Aim the camera up here again. Okay. I shouldn't have even tried with all of that wobbliness going on. Okay, just right here. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, grab it. Much better. Okay. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Okay, let's find our other ship. Oh my gosh. Okay. That was kind of a nightmare.